Well, if you've seen down at Ivan Batuta Precision Football, it's an incredible place that is both a tech centre to help players improve their technique, but also a great place to have some birthday parties. It's the brainchild of the former Brighton Hove Albion professional player. He's a qualified UEFA coach, and we're happy to say that Sonny Cobbs is joining us here in the studios with Kitch and Neil. Thanks for coming in.
No worries, guys. Hi, how are you?
And thank you very much for breaking up your European holiday in Croatia just to come back in here.
Yes, okay. I thought, I could stay longer, but I thought, I'll come back for the radio show.
Where did the idea for precision football, where did the brainchild come from?
It's quite a lot of factors to it, but basically I like any young boy, aspired to be a professional football player.
Who was your favourite club growing up?
Manchester United. I'm a Man United fan, yeah. So in the 90s, obviously, they were winning everything, and I jumped on that bandwagon, and Brighton weren't too good at the time. But no, I still follow Brighton as well. I still have some good friends there, boys out playing and coaching at high level. So, but it just came from, like, my whole life was, involved in football, from professional football, and then up, so I had to kind of got that pro element to it, so I kind of felt what it needed to be a top athlete, and I would just loved all sport as well. Would watch Tiger Woods or Federer or anyone in a top profession, and what it takes to be the very best. And then I kind of developed into coaching side of it, and I really like to study the game a little bit more. And then I moved to Dubai about 11 years ago now, so quite early. So I cut my playing career quite short. So I moved out here, I was coaching, and I just thought, they need to kind of up their game in terms of to compare to the US, or in terms of sports athletes, or to the European market of football. So I thought I was trying to coach, and I thought I implemented some technology and some data and analytics, and combined it all together with a bit of a crazy idea, writing a few things down on a bit of paper. And I really wanted my own venue, my own facility. I don't feel here there's as many facilities as there could be. Because it's a developing, country, and that's why I come up with the idea of kind of having one home, and call it the home of football, precision football.
Now, this is incredible, that story of yours. But when you want to move from just being a coach to having your own facility, it's not just about having the dream or the idea or the thought, but a lot goes into it. What place, how much money, the right set of people, what will you deliver? Because there are a bunch of academies here. Like every nook and corner of Dubai, you'll see like 3 academies and pamphlets being thrown around that, hey, come and join us. What was that journey all about?
Yeah, I mean, I set up, I had a few other coaching academies before in Dubai, so I set up one when I was 25, so I thought, how can I, given my expertise of playing at a good level when I was younger, so what can I give back, and kind of help these young players. And then I kind of started to develop, I actually worked for GEMS out here, and I worked with young players and went to tour Florida. So we did IMG in Florida, which is one of the top sports athletes. And I saw then, even with baseball, with tennis, with American football, soccer and athletics, how much detail was in like the weight training, the strength conditioning, all that 1 or 2% to make you a better athlete. And I kind of wanted to incorporate that into football. And when I come back to Dubai, I thought, having the idea, because when I first found out, there's when I went to set up precision football, there's actually 132 other academies in Dubai, not even there. So when you're saying about, I think, is it a good idea? It's very hard. But, we use and incorporate technologies and data and analytics and individual training programs as well. So you can kind of track your own, how many passes you've done, how much sprinting you've done, how you're running you've done. And kind of that, I feel like that kind of takes away, some of the coach's opinion, and you work on yourself. And I think whether you're just a 4 or 5 year old boy want to set out and play, whether you're a top athlete that wants to prove a little bit more. So it's kind of like a broad scope of methods that we use at Precision. And I could probably tell you another 10 hours of how many times I said got a no or failed, or I changed location 3 times. So there's a lot of,
I'm sure
there's a background. There's the entrepreneurial story that many people have.
Because we ended up conforming a car park. So it was just a car park through Nikhil that we're using at Ivan Batuta.
What, a car park and some cones and do some drills?
So I saw a car park, and it went through. I had a couple of other places that kind of fell through, and I thought and it was actually a lot bigger than I thought. It's 165,000 square foot, and we've converted it into one full-size pitch, 4 5-a-sides, 2 paddle courts, and then a 20,000 square foot inside technology centre, plus a F&B called the Coterie Bar and Restaurant, which is fantastic. It's actually playing with the Ashes live now, and you can watch sport, and Wimbledon will be playing in the Premier League. So it's just, if someone said to me, can you conform the car park into this, I would say absolutely not, you're crazy. But
In Dubai style.
Yeah, in Dubai style, we've turned a car park into some, footballing sports spaceship.
Well, I needed this because my soccer in Australia ended. I was playing for the Gordon Kangaroos in the under-8s. I broke my arm climbing a tree. So that's how far my football career went. And now here we got skill zones, reaction zones. Yeah. What's the VR zone you have?
The VR zone. So we have an amazing two VR headsets, and you can put yourself basically on a football pitch. And we have sensors on your feet. You put on your boots or trainers, whatever you're wearing, and then you're kind of in a stadium. You do training modes where the ball's coming towards you. Can you pass it? Can you hit the target? Defenders are coming at you. Can you make the right decision to pass to a moving player in virtual reality? And what's fantastic is it's used for very gamification and leisuretainment for the young kids to kind of learn and play and keep their attention spans going. But also it's used at Real Madrid, it's used at Leicester, it's used at some of the top La Liga and Premier League clubs for rehabilitation. So because it's non-contact and it's kind of getting players back into the awareness and kind of doing the same motions they would by kicking a ball, they're not actually striking a ball. So it's really, really fantastic. And even for instance, when you were playing, say, you probably made a lot of mistakes. So we could put you back in and look at where you made the mistakes. So kind of as a coach, I could go look and see where the defenders were coming from. And you could check your shoulder to visualize, I should have done that. Just that feedback as well from playing football.
Because and that's one of the things about, I guess, different from us, Neil, from our age. Kids these days get to watch the footage back.
True that.
Regularly.
Which is so true, and as a coach, so I've been associated with cricket and as a strength and conditioning coach, been working with a lot of athletes. They need to see what they have done. And I think that is probably the best form of feedback that can be given to any of the athlete. Now, technology has changed how coaching is done. Right, from a coach's opinion back in the days where coaches would probably just take the chair and watch you play, from 15-20 feet away. Now coaches there are cameras plugged in, there are devices that are on your body, and then data is literally on your palm top. How much of that data is good, or rather is there a tipping point to that data?
That's a good question. I think, maybe too much data isn't a negative. It's just what you take from it. Of course, you've got to have a traditional playing on the pitch. So what we like to do is improve your passing technique. That stuff that's not in changed or challenged by the environment that you're in. It's just yourself and yourself to try and improve. Of course, you still have to go out there and play a match and perform there. It's not all about data. There is a point, I think, now, and I think even maybe, I watch a lot of the Premier League, and everyone is saying, it's all about assists, goals, or this and that. No one watches matches anymore. They just look at a data sheet. But it does help, players develop, especially growing up. We're looking to develop players here in this Middle East region. And to just actually see, like you said, it's the best feedback possible is to see how you've done yourself. Precisely. And compare yourself to other players, maybe in a European level, what are they looking at, what are they doing at this level. It's a bit of both. I don't want to push data so much down people's throat that it's, you still have to go out there and perform.
Yeah, because we're seeing that in cricket where players aren't learning how to play in matches because the strength and conditioning are like, no, you're only allowed 400 deliveries in the next 3-week period, and then you're losing that mindset of how do you bowl when the match is on the line because sports science is taking you out. But all these aspects, I think that's also great given the weather in the UAE. It doesn't matter the conditions, you've got training facilities available.
Yeah. Like I said, we've got a inside and outside, be it the outside pitches. Like I said, huge space for outside pitches, but we have the inside space as well, which is brilliant now because we're doing like a summer camp for young children as well over the summer. 7-week camp starts in July. We also have like a membership program, so people can come in and use the facility unlimited amount of times. We have data and app field, like we said, so we can swipe. You get your card, you swipe your card, go around all the different machines, the VR, the icons, which is the lights. You pass the ball against different lights. We have a big full-size goal wall where you can try and hit different targets, and it collects all your data, and you can look at it, and you can continue to come as many times as you want with one of our offerings over the summer. And we're doing a big 40% offering over the next couple of months as well. So we just want people to come down, use it, enjoy the experience. And I really feel with the level that we put into it, the F&B concept, we can refuel. We're having a recovery zone. So we've got 4 ice baths coming in with a sauna, a massage room, stretching room. So that's coming to launch in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So it's just like basically a football Disneyland, I like to call it. It's one of the keywords I like to use, and just everything and whether you're just playing out, whether we want to get fit, whether you want to socialise with friends, whether you want to be the next
so
Ronaldo.
You can be kids or it can be fat dad's football. It can be anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky this is radio, but I need to lose a few pounds, so I need to use the summer program.
But then again, if I was 13, you hear about athletes using ice baths and saunas. I'd want to do that because I hear that's what my heroes are doing in their recovery.
Yeah. But it's like you said, I know we laugh and joke about that, but these things that you have to achieve to be in that top percent, we're only looking at top 1 or 2%. But going for recovery, going for an ice bath, it gives you that. So when you next play your match, say the next day or train, you're feeling more fresh, and feeling more fresh then means you can put in more effort, you perform better, and you can get on that higher level. Where back in the day when, say, we were playing, or I mean, maybe I'm not as old as you two, but like you would be tired the next day and maybe not perform as well. And it's just all these small margins in football and in any sport to help you achieve your goals. Whether it's, like you said, getting fit, playing with friends, playing fat dad's football, or trying to achieve to be the next, Messi or Ronaldo.
Talk to us about football just quickly, because we're pressed for time. Football in the region. We've seen the Qatar World Cup. We're seeing some big signings come to Saudi Arabia. Sometimes the UAE and I think Dubai is kind of left behind. But how are you seeing football in the region?
No, I think it's kind of going under the radar. I think there's a lot more going on now in the UEFA. There's more leagues opening up. We're looking at ourselves to expand into a professional game with Precision Football Club. So there is a lot of good players here. There's a lot of people doing the right things. There's international tournaments for youth players. So the level is rising. And I think the only positives, positive from the Qatar and the people going to Saudi, it's only going to benefit the UAE.
Right.
And I feel like if it can raise the standard completely, hopefully we find some young, talented athletes that come to Precision and then go and break the European market. So it's healthy, and I think Precision helps it, being stronger and stronger.
It still is about the European market, isn't it?
Yeah.
It still is about the European market.
It's just a milestone. It's to gauge at, because at the end of the day, the Premier League, my Premier League and League, they do produce the best players. But I think, like I said, with the Saudi and with the World Cup, it's probably, people say it's one of the best World Cups hosted, and the quality of play was fantastic.
Did you go to any games?
We were opening our centre during that time, so it was fully very, very busy for me. So no, I didn't go.
Mate, you missed out. The festival was amazing. I mean, the idea of...
Well, here was amazing. That's what I mean.
Well, here was amazing too.
Was amazing, yeah. So it kind of a knock-on effect. So it was good for our brand to launch at the time of the World Cup.
But I think so much of World Cups is going to a country and travelling through city to city and getting a feel. But the benefit of having all the games in one area added to it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It worked. Yeah,
all the stadiums in one city.
Just kind of get the one hotel and you can go to 3 games in 3 days.
I've missed out because I said to myself, right, I'm definitely going to the next one, thinking it's going to be easy. The next one between Canada, USA, and Mexico. So
Get ready for some flights. Sonny Cobbs, congratulations on your success as a footballer, and also to hear your passion behind precision football.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's all, we're lucky enough to see a lot of people, and your passion resonates on this topic.
Thank you very much.
So if you want more details, you can check out Precision Football. That's the website, Precision Football.